Hey everybody, Dan Smith here from Tradition Mortgage. I wanted to give an update and a recap on what has happened the last few months with mortgage forbearance and the impact that it's going to have going forward for borrowers with the eligibility to purchase and refinance loans. First, a little backstory on what forbearance is and how it has impacted in the days of coronavirus or COVID-19. In the past, borrowers have always had the eligibility to go into forbearance with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac loans. It was a difficult process, required time and documentation. With the CARES Act that was passed at the end of March, that all changed. Borrowers have been able to put their loan into forbearance, meaning it delays making their mortgage payments to their servicers for up to 12 months without needing to prove a hardship or provide documentation to their servicers. That has had an enormous impact on the mortgage market. Currently, almost 10% of all mortgages in the U.S. are in some status of forbearance, approximately 5 million loans. The good news is, as of the end of May, the number of borrowers going into forbearance has slowed dramatically from the beginning of April. However, with 1 in 10 borrowers being in some status of forbearance, it's going to have an impact on a lot of people going forward. The first big impact this is going to have is on the underwriting front. Historically, when an underwriter was evaluating a potential borrower's credit, they would look primarily at the credit report. Going forward, underwriters are going to analyze a credit report plus an additional piece of documentation to really verify that all mortgages on a borrower's credit report are not in forbearance. So in addition to the credit report, the underwriter will need to analyze a payment history from the servicer or from the borrower, or a copy of their recent mortgage statement to make sure that there's no past due payments that the borrower is going to have to make up prior to closing. If you have their credit report and an additional piece of documentation, you will be good to go. So what happens if you do have a borrower who is in forbearance currently or has been recently? There's 4 main workouts that have been announced by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to help make a borrower eligible again to purchase or refinance a home. The first option is reinstatement. So that's going to be when a borrower has contacted their servicer, put their loan back into the normal payment cycle, and has brought the loan current. So if they missed a mortgage payment in April and in May, the borrower is going to have to make those payments up. It can be in one lump sum payment or 2 payments over a couple of weeks, but either way, the loan has to be totally current before they are able to finance a new home or refinance their existing home. The second option is going to be a repayment plan. This is going to be when a borrower has put their loan back into regular repayments. They are starting to make those payments again, and they've made an agreement with their servicer to make up any missed payments over a period of time. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it may be longer. Each circumstance for a borrower may be different. What this is going to mean is a borrower who is in a repayment plan has to make 3 regular monthly payments. So if a borrower in June went into a repayment plan, you have to show June, July, and August separate payments before they're going to be able to purchase or refinance another home. They cannot make one lump sum payment for the 3 months that they have to make the payments on to bring it back and be eligible immediately. The third option is a payment deferral. So this is when a borrower has put their loan back into repayment and they have any number of missed payments from when they were in forbearance. They've contacted their servicer and they have worked out an agreement to defer those missed payments to the very end of the loan. So when they make their final loan payment or when the loan gets paid off when they sell the property or refinance it, those missed payments are made up at that time. Once a borrower has a loan deferral workout with their servicer, they have to have 3 months of regular mortgage payments made and documented to be eligible to purchase or refinance a home again. The fourth and final option is a loan modification. A borrower is going to enter into loan modification with their servicer when either a repayment plan or a payment deferral wasn't a good option for them and it didn't work out. With a loan modification, the borrower is going to come to an agreement with their servicer, usually to extend the term of their loan all the way up to possibly a 40-year term. The goal of this change to the loan is to reduce the mortgage payment by hopefully around 20% to help the borrower afford the loan going forward. Once a borrower has reached a trial modification agreement with their servicer, once again they have to document 3 separate monthly payments before they are eligible to purchase or refinance a home. So there you have it, 4 options for a client who has been or currently is in some status of loan forbearance. If you have any additional questions, please contact your Tradition Mortgage Loan Officer. We appreciate you trusting us with your business.